Not sure where to go next. The newspaper again. Look at that. 3 check marks. So why isn't the whole thing checked?
Now I know what must be done to meet the lady. Nanny has explained everything to me. I must try to meet her early in the morning when it is foggy, or all will have been in vain. That's what the legend says. This is what I need to do. 1. I must reinvoke her loss by putting her into contact with her lover. To do this, Nanny said to look for his grave in the woods, but there are so many. Daddy always said that infrared photos can see what the naked eye cannot. Maybe then they also see ghosts. There wouldn't be anything strange about that now, considering I'm trying to contact one after all. How crazy. 2. A part of me needs to enter her world. A lock of hair would work, so I'll need scissors to cut some off.
Check.
3. I will need an object that connects her world to mine. I don't know what to do for this yet. Hopefully something will come to mind when I least expect it. 4. To communicate with her, I will need to use my tarot cards. I will meet with the lady on the island where her lover was executed.
Because that's a great idea. Oh, this is open now. Can I leave? So, what was that for? I'm allowed to go up to this area? For what?
Go to the town now? What are these ideas that randomly pop into my head?
Well, you see, I was under the impression that I could roam. I saw an open path. Felt like I could roam around. There's no gate blocking this path. There's a gate up there blocking that place, whatever it is. So I can't go inside there. Fine. But I can't go to the town because you said so?
I came here to fish when I was little. I went with that ever so kind man who worked for my father. Who knows where he is now? Maybe he joined the war too.
So is that why we were allowed to come down to this stream? That's why the area was open? So you could give us that insight? Are we going to see this man later? Is it really important? Or is it just a thing we can listen to? So once again, I just wanted to be known that I looked everywhere. No pump. Okay. So the game decided to kill itself.
During deep winter, I would go to sleep snuggled by the fire and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Julia? When it's not too sunny outside, the 200 ISO film works well. General Edict K. New rules on curfew and women's behavior. German command of S. Vincenzo Attori. Telephone number 1185. There are more and more weapons around, and everyone is scared after what happened.
You've called this number. Damn, Lapo must be dead then. Rest in peace, fair comrade.
Rest in
Yes,
peace, fair
Lapo is
comrade.
dead. I am due.
No, don't talk.
No, we don't
need
talk.
to know who you are.
We don't need to know who you are.
By calling this number,
It means Lapo wanted you to complete his work. A telephone cable near the house of German General Eric K. has to be cut. One goes to the house. But there's another cable we suspect is connected to a secret base. That's one that needs to be cut. If you see any German vehicles around, let us know immediately. We won't use this phone number anymore. It's dangerous. Use a telegraph. That'll be safer. I hope you know how to use them. Otherwise, you'll have to come up with something this is important. Frequency X. Before the message, telegraph town on fire to identify yourself. Long live the homeland. Long live the liberation. Okay, so I couldn't hear the other guy on the line in-game, but I can hear him now that I'm editing. Why?
Should I sabotage the cable and become a spy? I don't know. My father is German. It would be like betraying him even though he himself hates this war. But what happened to Lapo and those guys? If I can save someone's life, maybe I should try. Or maybe I can talk to Daddy about it. He may be able to advise me on what to do. Don't even know the first thing about all this. What were you thinking, Lapo?
I don't know. You say your dad's German? But he hates the war? I'm not saying your dad's secretly a German spy. But he's German. So, I'm not sure what to think. I'm just going to go with my gut instinct.
To cut the cable, I will need sharp scissors. Tailor scissors should be fine.
Apparently, I've run out of save slots. Didn't realize they were limited. Thanks. Oh, thanks. That makes it way easier. Now what? Is it this line? Am I on the wrong side? Okay, I guess I wasn't on the wrong side. So, what's the issue here? Is it that one? Okay, so it says it's that one, but it didn't give me any prompts to cut anything. There were no prompts to cut a wire. So it's not that one. The game is just lying to me.
I don't think this is the right pole.
Well, alright then, I guess we'll get down. Weird. That prompt didn't come up on the other one.
A German tank! I have to report its location via the telegraph hidden near the cow.
I was on top of this pole for a good long while. And that cutscene never played. How's that possible? Didn't know that I was supposed to be doing that this whole time. You mentioned having to look out for some German vehicles, But that wasn't one of the requirements. Requirements. Find scissors. Check. Find telephone pole. Check. Cut the wire. Where's the requirement to look for a German military vehicle? It's not there. It says it on things to do, but it's not one of the requirements. Why? Okay, let's continue.
Daddy probably asked for a garrison after all that has happened. I should report its location via telegraph. This wire heads towards the house and then keeps going, so it must be the right one. The telegraph must be hidden in one of these feed bins.
Yep, there it is.
And counts as another problem for me because I'm too dumb. The instructions on how to do Morse code are sitting right there, but I can't figure it out. So I gave up and looked up a guide. The old-fashioned way. Then you have to actually input the dashes and the dots, but if you don't get it precisely correct, then forget it. Thing is that there were times where I would put in a long pause and it didn't count, or a quick little boop and it didn't count. And finally, the other people come in and message me, in Morse code of course, so I have to decipher it. And again, I'm dumb. This isn't fun.
I tried typing it into a Morse code translator, and so far it's spelled out S with an accent, SRVT. That's not on the Morse code thing in the game, so I think this is wrong.
They are asking me to find a map of the defensive line. There is one in my father's study.
Thank you, the Indie Journey. Well, I'm here. I might as well ask them where the bicycle pump is.
Here's the bicycle pump.
About frickin' time. It was there the whole time, apparently. That must be what she was referring to when she said, I don't need this right now. And she was correct. She didn't. But it would have been nice if I had known what that was. I didn't, because it was dark. This is boring too.
That's it. Hopefully the image comes out clearly.
Back to the mechanic that also takes a while, but is actually fun. To me.
According to Nanny, this was an old windmill. It has been abandoned for as long as I can remember, and it has always given me the creeps.
And apparently this is something you can take a picture of. Babel, this is not. Maybe that was their idea. Maybe they thought this would be a fun way of learning Morse code, but it isn't. I don't feel immersed either. I don't feel like I'm living back in the 1944. In general, I think it might have been misguided. Like instead of having a cutscene play out where Julia does Morse code automatically or something, they thought it might be fun if they let the players do it themselves. But in execution, it just comes across as boring and frustrating because I don't know how Morse code works. Even though the instructions are right there, as I said, but even then, just looking at it doesn't help. It just ends up coming across as too complicated, leading me to get frustrated, because I was never taught Morse code. When we were learning about World War II in school, they never taught us how it worked. Matter of fact, let's take a look at this chart real quick. SN is code for receive, which is already confusing on its own, but let's move on. Now look at this graph. Going down, looks like S is, in fact, 3 dots, or is it SV? SV is 3 dots? That's what it looks like the graph is telling me. Well, apparently, it's 3 dots, space, dash dot. I hope you're confused, because now you know my pain. But also, instead of taking the time to familiarize yourself with how Morse code actually works, you go on a rant about how you personally feel like an idiot because you can't figure it out.
No, another mistake.
No, I held
I need
that
to
down.
Focus more and think less.
I held it down. Like you told me to. And then my game crashed. Nice.
What is this place? This never used to be here.
It was probably hidden. I also decided not to take the bike this time because it's awkward to use in these enclosed
Oh, it's
spaces.
closed from the inside. How can I get in?
I figured there would be an opening on the top, but no. It wants me to go all the way over there. Alright. I'm tempted to go ahead and go to the island right now, but let's focus on this side quest. That's what I'm gonna call it.
This little boat is Nanny's husband, Pride and Joy. He used to take me fishing in it many years ago. This old culvert used to be covered in bushes. Someone must have worked in it recently.
Haven't gotten any visits from ghosts recently. I'll take that as a good sign.
Tunnel? Here? I wasn't there when I was younger, I'm sure of it. There's been a whole world underneath us this whole time.
Isn't that cool?
When was this place built? I didn't know it even existed. This place gives me the creeps.
Me too.
This must be a dormitory, but no one is here. Who knows why? This telephone doesn't work. Oh, it's probably because I cut that line.
Right.
Dear Brunhilde, the heat here is killing me. We have been trapped inside the tunnel. It seems that Command are preparing for something big, but they are not telling us what. The other day we went out on patrol and accidentally shot a young girl. I will carry the weight of this guilt for the rest of my life. I love you always. The hope of seeing you again is what keeps me going. T. The soldier who shot me, he thinks I'm dead. I don't feel any resentment. We are all hurting so much.
Yeah, he felt guilty about it, so that makes it okay.
Paintings here too. This looks like something important. I think if Mummy were here to see them, she would take them straight home.
The weapons sketch.
Well, I found it already.
And I see no reason to stay here. Where's the boat? You gotta be kidding me.
It crashed. Again.
I'm sorry, what?
This must be a dormitory, but no one is here. Who knows why?
I already read this letter. Why am I reading it
Dear
again?
Okay, so this is the flag that it must have been talking about.
I will hang this on top of the pole next to my house. That will confirm these tunnels are in the area. My mission will then be complete.
Also, the boat is still missing. What's going on here? Go back out and take the first lift. So this way. And I just keep going. What?
Finally an exit.
I didn't see
It
this.
looks like I'm back in the woods near the house. I will pull the gate closed so nobody notices that someone was here, but it will remain unlocked.
Looks like the tank is gone. What?
I have done everything they asked of me. That's the end of it. I hope I made the right choice.
Me too.
These are our vineyards. My father loved them so much that he constantly took photos of them. A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures. That raven is making a big fuss. Maybe it's the same raven that killed that poor sparrow. I hate bullying. Yet it seemed as if the raven wanted to bring the little bird back to life. Maybe only so it can kill it again. What
He
is
who
this?
flees
Joke?
from the light
Maybe
hides
someone
behind
wrote
it.
on the film? Also, what does that even mean? Light, like divine light? Something to do with religion, maybe?
Find it. I gotta find it now? Objective what? Follow it? Well, where'd it go? Where's the bird?
Even the guide isn't being very helpful. He told me to pick up that thing near the stream, and then a cutscene will play, and the chapter will end. There's the cutscene. And then the game crashes again!
No, it's not.